angry, Aussie, Aussie, angry, Aussie, angry.
All right, it's Thursday night before the long weekend, and I have a week off work, but I'm not gonna overdo it because I gotta drive tomorrow. Oh, well, starting with a yawn, that's a bad sign. Anyway, I did have a plan to make a cocktail for Mrs. Angry. My motivation to make cocktail videos is quite low tonight, but I got an experiment. Okay. I just remembered that I forgot something. Okay. Let's try this. All right. Okay. We'll get some rum. Got a rum. Rummy rum. I was just going to free pour. I don't want a free pour. Let's do that. Rummy rum. Get us a couple of glasses. The nice glasses. Let's do the nice glasses. You know, okay, let's do these glasses. Now with the lovely gentle sound of shaking a cocktail. Okay, they're painfully cold to hold. So I'm assuming the drink will be cold. I have to taste test this. I think it needs to be a little sweeter. So I'll be back in a minute. Wait, there's just a whole bunch of people there. No one's saying anything in chat. What are you all doing? I'm for the elderly. Hello. Yeah. That's the it's missing something face. It needs to be a little bit sweeter. I thought it might need a bit of sweetening, and I meant to bring the sugar syrup with me, and I forgot. Lo and behold, I needed it. Okay, so put that back, and I'll just... I'm still here. I just realized I put the chair in the way. Hey, Pat, how you doing? All right. And we want to put a bit of sugar syrup in here. Probably add some sugar syrup to that whole thing. Okay. All right. Let's taste this. That's better. That's better. All right, I got to add some sugar syrup to that concoction. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Hey, honey. We're testing my concoction. Oh. All right, let's dune. Right. And hello, Justin. Rolling it. Yes. So, road testing a concoction. I made a non-alcoholic clarified lime cordial the other day. Been at the supermarket and got some really cheap limes, some half-price limes. Must have been approaching the use-by date, and they were extremely juicy, and they made a lot of juice. So before juicing them, I actually peeled them, made a syrup by covering the peel in sugar, caster sugar, which draws all the oils out of the peel and liquefies. And then I added lime juice back to that. And then, I stewed that for a little while, warmed it up to make sure the sugar completely dissolved. And then I clarified that with a mix of coconut milk, coconut cream, and dairy milk. And so it's like a classy sour mix. It's a mix of lime and sugar. And so that's why I tested it by making a daiquiri, which is rum, lime, and sugar. And it's nice. I just think it needs to be a little bit sweeter. So I added a little bit of sugar syrup to this cocktail. That's really fucking good. The coconut's really subtle, but it's there. And it's just this little bit of creamy mouth feel. Tasty. And I'm going to add some sugar syrup to the cordial. Justin, have the afternoon off. Big Boss told everyone they could. Nice. Yes, and what did you do with your free afternoon? Not just celebrating because taking all the next week off work, so no work for like 10 days, which is great. So 1, 2, 3, yeah. And counting the days I didn't go into the office was like, 12 days of not going into the office, which is pretty fucking awesome. Oh, yes, and having a birthday bash this weekend. Weekend away with Mrs. Angry. And we got stuff planned. It's going to be good. I'll probably post pickies on the Discord. So I thought this had a pinkish hue before, but it doesn't. But there's probably just a reflection from the table. That's actually pretty good. That is pretty gosh darn good. Hey, Pat, how are you? Justin, not much is what I'm going to be doing next week when I'm not going into work. I'm going to be hanging around the house, maybe going through some boxes that haven't been gone through in 10 years. But this weekend, I'm doing a bunch of stuff. Yes, you're having the gaming party this weekend. Cleaning the backyard, nice. Getting ready for the big day. Yeah, well, we're Mrs. Anchor and I, we're going to be visiting distilleries, our favorite cheese shop, taking in some countryside, because we're in some very nice countryside, and just fucking chilling, honestly. Ooh. Oh, I was thinking of putting tiki bitters in that. You know what? I'm going to put just a few drops in, because that might just absolutely set it off perfectly. Tiki bitters. No, that's the chocolate bitters. Similar bottle from the same people. Just a couple drops of tiki bitters. There we go. See if that makes any noticeable difference. A little bit of runoff from the shaker. All right. Give this a little stir. Staying in Canberra, nowhere to go. I went to Singapore and Japan. Wow, that's a hell of an Easter trip. We're driving about an hour away from home. Nothing exotic. Singapore and Japan. I am fine, thank you, Pat. Thank you for asking. Hope everything's going well with you. Looking more forward to Tuesday. 20 people. Backyard party triggers the autism. Tuesday taking your boy to Jurassic Kingdom. Nice. That does sound cool, actually. And a lot less stressful than having a bunch of people in your backyard. Hell yeah, tiki bitters. Yeah. And I've topped up my bottle. This is my instant old-fashioned mix. It's my spiced apple brown sugar syrup and bitters just mixed. Because then if we go to a pub that's, not a cocktail venue, I just order a whiskey or a rum and then a couple spoons, like teaspoons of this in, instant old-fashioned. I did see headlines saying that sort of thing, Justin. Planet's strongest evidence for life. I didn't read the details, but I know there's a whole bunch of observational things they do to assess the likelihood of a planet having the capability of supporting life. But yes, and then there's life and then there's life. Like, scientists would be justifiably excited if they found microbial life on thing, or very primitive plant life like mosses and algae. They'd be very excited by that. Hey, yeah, Celtic King. Gee, who doesn't love dinos, Hanfield? Your boy's got friggin' taste. Getting into the dinos. So I'm going to, because I played around a bit with the bitters in this, I'm going to make an old-fashioned after this with my old-fashioned. I'm going to make it with Ned's cheap whiskey, because they probably just use cheap whiskey in pubs. I don't think I've ever made an old-fashioned with Ned's. I was going to use one of my really fancy whiskeys. Oh, no, I'm going to Because it's for pubs where I can't get cocktails. So use my cheapest whiskey. You thought he was going to grow out of Dino's, but he's friggin' hooked. Dino's are fucking awesome. Okay, that was a fucking winner. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that lime cordial. I just need to add a bit more sugar to it. But that's okay because I have lots of sugar syrups. All right, let's. What are we up to? Okay, 15 minutes in, hitting the second cocktail. Okay, I might do non-alcoholic after this. Actually, add my lime cordial to some mineral water and see what that's like. Okay, so where's the Neds? Mostly Neds is in the barrel, but there's a little bit of Neds left over. Ooh, wait. That might not be enough. So there's only a little bit in this bottle. That might not be enough to make an old-fashioned tonight and have enough to sample to compare to what's in the barrel in a couple months. I'm sure that's 2 ounces. Let's see. Let's just see. Okay, sugar syrup. Old-fashioned mix, as the case may be. And put that lid on before I knock it over, because that would make a sticky mess. See how this goes. Oh, that's heaps. That's enough for a comparative taste after the other stuff comes out of the barrel. Plenty for a comparative taste. Let's put that back in there. All right. All right. Got cherries. Got orange peel. Gonna have me a cheap old-fashioned. You like Dean Martin more than Dino's. Yeah. I mean, feed the passion. Justin, chances are, first planet confirmed to have life will be microbial and non-civilized. Yeah. Chances are, the overwhelmingly likely thing is we will not see definitive proof of life on another planet ever. The universe is just too big. As probes and telescopes and things get better, they could give us a more convincing idea of a planet that's likely to have some form of life on it. But to be real, the only definitive proof is physically seeing it. Now, I'd be more than happy for an astrophysicist to say, well, you're talking shit on a subject you know nothing about, so shut the fuck up. And we would know definitively because of the following things. I'd be more than prepared to be proven wrong on that. Just a gut feel thing that we'll never know for sure. We might have a reasonable amount of suggestive evidence, but by far the most likely outcome. But I guess I could be more confident in saying we will never see life from another planet because it's all too far away. Yeah, actually, I feel extremely confident saying that. The overwhelmingly like 99.999% likely scenario is we will never see life from another planet. Hello, Madam Butterfly. How are you? Well, we've got a VD update. Narrow Library, Easter's an abomination. Fair enough. Good Friday's demonic. Well, that's a whole death worship thing. And hello, Hannah. Oh, I think, Justin, definitely not in our lifetime. But when you consider the distances, the light years and whatnot, I feel very confident in saying by far the most likely scenario is humans never see another life form. We may collect evidence that strongly suggests the presence of life somewhere else, but I think it's safe to say we'll never actually see said life. Was that Hannah? Did a stupid that turned out to be smart. It's not stupid if it works. Oh, Hannah's a storyteller, Celtic. We are gonna get details. I am sure. All right, Ned's old fashioned. That's really nice. My old-fashioned mix is a winner. Really lifts up the Neds. Maze Lights, hello. Thank you. Recognizing me as the angriest of the Aussies. Hannah, you're contracted to work on Saturday. If you don't sign up to work public holidays, don't work them even if it's a normal contracted day. Forgot to sign up means you paid at your normal rate to take the day off. All right. Oh, geez, yeah, that's a friggin' nightmare. The legal ruling in the US, it's fucking bullshit. Yeah, long time no see. I hope you've been taking care, Maze Lights. So it's stupid because you miss the public holiday pay, but smart because you get a paid day off. Swings and roundabouts, Hannah. You got to take the glass half full, I think. Getting paid for a day off. Glad you've been well, Maze Lights. Been doing well here. Just experimenting, making an old-fashioned with cheap whiskey. The cheapest Australian whiskey, I think. Maze Lights. My YouTube channel is Angry Aussie. And I also have a cocktail channel called Angry Cocktails. Man, I just put a little bit of this walnut bitters in there and I can really taste it. That shit is strong. No, not drinking Beam. God, I can't even remember when the last time I would have had a generic Jack Daniels or Jim Beam bottle. I was really tempted. One of the sites that I'm on the mailing list for that regularly sends temptation in the email had some of the upmarket Jim Beam and Jack Daniels releases on special. I was super tempted. Didn't get it, but I was super tempted. And you usually miss out on public holidays because you're contracted Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. So either work the extra day or miss out. Oh, well, it's come for you this time. Paid extra work on a public holiday because you meant to have the day off. Yes. 4 years ago, drinking Beam. That sounds right. That I thought I should have a bourbon, so I got Jim Beam. That would have been 4 or 5 years ago is when the influence of Kirsten took hold. And I started leaning super heavily into Australian. Hannah, only holiday you usually get is Eka Wednesday. If you're the haven't considered Saturday's a public holiday. Damn. Was this on the stream? Mega each having a Midori Sour. Nice. Where do you comment? So are you joining the stream on YouTube? Is that what's happening? I mean, I can share the screen to show what it looks like on YouTube. What are you doing here? So, okay, I'm going to share my screen. I've frozen the screen on YouTube. So, you see, okay, you see to the right of the screen, all that chat scrolling up, just at the bottom of that is a thing that's actually labeled chat. Right. See, down here under welcome to chat, chat, you just type in there. And it will go. Oh, God, you're on mobile. I think it's actually really difficult on mobile. Yeah, I was making choices. But like I said, the influence of Kirsten, my choices started to change. It was literally 1 week later, I got Tiny Bear. Yeah. Yeah, the gins. Kirsten started getting me into the gins first, but then I got into the whiskies. This is a pretty funky one, actually, Celtic. I know that's a like writing TBC. It's a psychedelic cat with a psychedelic bar set up with a jigger, rocks glass, martini glass. Looks like a gay martini, which, I'm on board with. Oh. Sorry, just a whole bunch of thoughts went through my head at the same time. One of which was, I wish I put less walnut bitters in my old-fashioned mix when I made it. It's a little distracting. Hey, Pat's dad. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I used to have a 4-head, then I got a 5-head. Now I think I've got a 6-head. Ooh, you loaded a pic on how to show chat on mobile. Is that on the Discord, I'm assuming? Don't actually have the Discord open. I should have the Discord open. Wait, where did you said you loaded a picture? Where did you load a picture? Can comment? Yes. It's live is more difficult on things. Yeah, my head's growing. Whenever you see the top of a shaker on the shirt, looks like science beaker. Yeah, I think psychedelic cats into science, definitely. That's fair. We've all got our thing, maze lights. Also, with the bubbles and stuff, it does look kind of like science labby stuff as well. Is it on the back too? No. Yes, it's on the back as well. Okay. Not getting less hair, getting more head. I also like the innuendo, I have to admit. Oh, I have to admit, one of the many things I love about an old-fashioned is the taste changes as you drink, because it dilutes a bit because of the ice in the glass. And so it tastes a little different sip to sip. No, you randomly, okay. Let's talk in half sentences. No, I'll try to do a whole sentence. I tend to do it a few nights a week, but okay, I did it Tuesday and tonight. Now I'm going away for the weekend, so I won't be doing it again till next Tuesday. But I guess for me, if I do a busy week for me, would be like 5 nights, like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That would be a very busy one. But this week, it's only going to be Tuesday and Thursday. Next week, it'll be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, probably Saturday. The Aussie accent, Tuesday. My head was fighting my hair on questionable racist alliances. Forehead wants to be a skinhead, hair knows better. Yeah, the forehead's definitely got on mine. Yeah, that's the daylight saving one. Because, yeah, when it's daylight saving, Mrs. Angry talks to her brother between 8 and 9. I don't want to sit myself to do a stream. But when it changes, she's talking to him earlier. So we got a couple of hours in the evening, and I like to hang out with her. Yes. So, of course, Easter weekend, going away tomorrow, coming back on Monday. But then I've got all next week off work as well. So, yay. Yeah. It's some plenty. I literally do it. It's just a bit of aimless fun. And also, make my cocktail things. Okay. What's black and sticks to an electrical outlet? Hope you're not going to do anything to get you banned from Twitch here, Maze. Twitch is a bit twitchy. No, I like it. A bad electrician. You had me going there for a while. Well, Mrs. Angry is born in England, so all her family is 3 brothers in England. Oh, dude still loves his trampoline. I mean, for those who don't know, there's a lad, I think he's a big guy. He might be in his 20s. He's a guy with a developmental disability, and he's got a therapeutic trampoline, and he fucking loves it. Like when he's on it, he's just whooping and shouting and even screaming. He fucking loves it. I tell you what, I'm here for it. Just him having the pure joy of the trampoline. Why do people build new houses? Because have you got a dad joke book or something, Maze Lights? I'm getting Last of Us vibes from you with a pun joke book. But if my head hurts, don't want to get out of bed. Class Easter party, got to deal with kids on sugar rushes, but no work tomorrow to survive. I think I'm up to a 6 head now. We used to joke I had a 5 head. I think I'm up to a 6 head now. Yes, unbridled joy, best joy to witness. Celtic. Mrs. Angry is the only one who left. And she left 35 years ago. You did. You literally found like a dad joke book? Nice. Oh, actually, that is a good callback joke for Maze Light's other one. Why do people build new houses? Because the old one's filled with dead electricians. Yes, I'm sure Bad and Butterfly will be fine. Waking up with a headache, going into work, kids on sugar rushes. That's awesome stuff. Nothing to worry about there. Okay. We're gonna get TED jokes from Maze Lights. I love it. Absolutely. All right, that'll give you something to do. I think she just wanted to get somewhere different. Like she grew up in regional areas of England and moved to London, and then London was too intense and she wanted to move somewhere quieter. So she moved to Sydney and she said, yep, this is quieter. And then, like me, wised up and moved to Melbourne. Giving Dr. Abigail a run for the money with headaches. Yeah. Okay, what do you call someone who speaks someone's 2 languages? Bilingual. What do you call someone who speaks 3? Multilingual. What do you call someone who speaks 1? American. Okay, I have to concede here monolingual. white person, descendant of colonizers. Never bothered to learn another language. Because you have to work this weekend. Stopped in tonight to pick up 10 blocks of up. That's right. The half-price chocolate you bought. Saturday before Easter, biggest day in egg sales. Not going to be anything left by about 10. You open at 9. Oh, wild times with the last-minute Easter egg shopping. All right. Time for something non-alcoholic. Got 2 cocktails in the first half hour. I definitely should drink something non-alcoholic just to mix it up. All right. I'm going to get my mineral water, but I'm going to add my cordial to it. My sour mix. Just for fun. To see what it's like. All right. You don't shop for Easter eggs, they shop for you. Your boss was there when you picked up the chocolate and you got judged. Damn. Thinking of learning another language, Dutch or Turkish? Interesting choices. I'd always thought Spanish would be a good one to learn. And 10 blocks of chalk, 2 bags of speckled, 2 bunnies, 5 small bags of eggs. Damn. You promise you're not eating it all this weekend? Okay. A Russian, an Arab, an Albanian are sitting in a car. Who's driving? The police. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dear. All right. Mineral water. Talk for that. Let's see what that's like. Yes, find a better one, Mace. Ooh. Oh, that's great. Oh, it's got this really sherbety tang to it. Spanish is good. Das ist nicht für much. You're saying your Deutsch is not good? Celtic, you want to learn those languages if you decide to leave Australia? Be Turkey, Holland, Dutch Parkings. Hell, dude. Go for it, I say. I mean, Dutch is going to be spoken more widely than Turkish, but I think Turkey is a wonderful country. Absolutely fascinating place. Made Turkish friends on YouTube back in the early days. It just popped into my head the line from the Hilltop Hoods track, Laced Up, which is about being broke, talking about going out with his girlfriend and he doesn't have enough money to pay for anything. He goes, my background's English and Irish, but if she orders too much, I'm going to have to go Dutch. What is green and plays the guitar? A crocodile. That is absolutely the sort that Ellie would say in The Last of Us. Oh, damn. Move things around. I don't want to cause drama. Oof, that actually makes a good cordial. Add the mineral water to it, and it just has this really lingering tang with it. You lived in Turkey for 2 years. No mention of Yank friends on YouTube early days. Well, I mean, I actually visited the States to meet people multiple times. Like Jude, we actually met. Your little Kermit Hermits. Nice. Typing can be a challenge, Maze Lights. Don't let it get to you. You have a Dutch auntie. Okay, that explains your interest in learning Dutch. Only Spanish who speaks what the dog is trained in. Fair enough. Whereabouts in the US do you live, Pred? Apologist, because I didn't travel that widely. It was like California, Vegas, Colorado. When I was meeting people, I was usually there for YouTube-y type events. You're in Texas, in the South. Madam Butterfly is in Memphis, I think. Excellent question, Safa. I don't know. We'll see how the chat's rolling. We'll see the spirit. We'll see the activity, and see how I am. I mean, I can run a bit long tonight. I don't want to run super long because I've got to drive tomorrow. And I mean, I won't be drunk tomorrow, but I don't want to feel like shit either. Dad's partner's Mexican. A lot of it's context and what the dog knows. You're as bilingual as the dog. Nice. All right, your Dutch auntie lives up near Toowoomba. Okay. See, I'd like to go to New York. Never been to New York. I was on the opposite coast. Maze, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell. You know the taglines. Yes. Oh, dinner was actually pretty good. Some supermarket stuff, but there's this crumbed steak, which is kind of like a schnitzel, some mash, some sides. It was actually really good. You'd rather not go to New York or Cali? I imagine so. Compared to where you are, they're much more expensive. I love it. I love that you're doing the ads for me, Maze Lights. Yeah, Holland sounds very interesting. And plus, you're so close to multiple other countries that you can just hop about. Used to want to go to America last 10 years, gotten far too mental. Now I go, oh, just some of the stories that are coming out about people getting detained and imprisoned and mistreated when they're coming in either as a tourist or to work. And it just keeps happening. And like visits to the US have gone, oh, a few people either been to Germany, from Germany, in Germany, or joining the stream. So just can't say like someone ringing the bell without plugging some kind of awful. Oh yeah. Who would I be sponsored by? By a booze, hopefully. A Dutch face set as a positive. Okay, nice. You're watching SBS. Bansdale is 18% Eastern European because the people moved after World War II. Okay. Your dad worked out of the Gulf, had to pass through constantly, said last 5 years he hated that passengers on board worse and worse each year. Damn. Dude, other companies have the option not to visit. Americans are stuck. Yeah, it's it's looking pretty fraught at the moment. I'll keep it that simple. Fun fact about Chex Entertainment. Does bloody nothing. Yeah, exactly. Someone who wants to get in illegally is going to get in. The idea of fucking screwing over people who came in on a plane is weird. I actually survived SAFA. Most of the meetings finished early. I had 6 yesterday and 4 today. And yeah, they went relatively early. Most of them finished early. Oh, Raid Shadow Legends. Oh my god. I remember when everyone was doing Raid Shadow Legends ads. Oh my god. Soup is the best descriptor. Oh, poor much. Oh, dude, I was so happy every time a meeting ended early. Mind you, I had 2 hour one that did not finish early. Like, God damn it. Am I popular to talk to? My fucking job is annoying people. I chase people and talk to them. I don't know if that makes me popular to talk to. Oh, yes, NordVPN. What's the other? There's some sort of news aggregator that everyone's advertising at the moment. I watched a new Zay Frank True Facts about animals, weird animals today. Sponsored by Brilliant. Does a little ad read for Brilliant. Okay. Maze's got a good dad joke for us. I'm waiting for it. Bread apologist. Sell your soul, taking better help. Yes. They were sponsoring so many YouTubers and a whole bunch of people say they're shit. That's it. God, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Safa. Ground News. Heaps of people are doing ad reads for them. So Maze Lights. What happens when you mix human DNA with goat DNA? Oh, ask a goat farmer. Getting oh, that's so much better than I thought it was going to. Sorry, that is a really good payoff. Mix human DNA for goat with goat DNA and you get kicked out of the petting zoo. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. See, I've never bothered to look at it. I've seen them sponsoring a lot of videos I watch. Man, I'm really getting into that lime cordial. Maybe a bit strong. I'm going to add the rest of the mineral water to it. But man, just the limey tang like dries your mouth out. What are you going to say? Oh dear. All right, so we're agreeing it's actually a good news source. Okay. Oh, that's the browser, yeah? Opera? Yeah. I think I just want one of the booze makers to sponsor me. They don't even have to sponsor me. Just give me free shit. What was Opera made for? I mean, you're right about the tracking and whatnot. Yeah, booze sponsor for sure. Oh, the honey thing. Yeah. Oh my god, that was a wild one. When someone worked out that honey was actually fucking people over. That was wild. So saying Opera GX was specifically for browsing, gaming, that seems weird. I should. Well, I'm going to be visiting a few booze vendors this weekend. You never know. Well, it's not so much that honey was a scam because sometimes you can save money using it, but it was ripping off the people who were advertising it. That was the fascinating thing. That's better, a bit more diluted. I have to remember not to put too much in. Oh my god, it's just such a nice limey flavor though. Well, honey definitely wasn't great, but the people who got fucked over most were the people who actually have to, and that's the perfect way to describe it. The cuckoo bird of advertising, kicking the other eggs out of the nest. It said it would search the web for discount codes. Yeah, they only had their ones, and yeah, and they would fuck you over. There's lost 70% in the stock market overnight. Yeah. To me, it's like, okay, companies lie to consumers all the time. But the fact that honey was fucking over the people who advertised for it by stealing their referral codes, that fucking blew my mind. It's like, oh, wow. Replacing the influencer's affiliate code with their own. So the influencer didn't get any money from the sale. Yeah. They were fucking cream as. It was like it's one thing to rip off consumers. I mean, I'm used to companies doing that. But hell, ripping off the people who advertise you is wild. Well, yeah, but that's the whole thing. But all these companies that get successful, PayPal's bought a whole bunch of companies that were nominally their competitors. And I think they just saw honey as a way to encourage people to spend more online. Did I get any specials? What? Oh, you mean like booze? Or from the supermarket? Because my dinner was a supermarket special. And this sour mix I made as the result of a supermarket special. But I wasn't buying booze. Oh, yeah, Pat saw Minecraft, gave it 10 out of 10. Been trying to turn your toaster on for 5 minutes. It's not plugged in. Whoops. I have to spend more online because the staples are disappearing off the shelves. Damn. So, oh, that's really fucking yum. All right, that's a winner. I'll just throw it out there. That lime sour mix I made was actually a pain in the ass because I wanted to do the clarifying bit and add some of the coconut flavoring with coconut, and it took a while. It was a real pain in the ass, actually. You just stuff not at the store. That's a bit rough. We have the problem with eggs still because of the avian flu. Oh, yes, all those stories about people doing weird shit in cinemas for chicken jockey. Flint and Steel. Guilty, gonna buy up all the DVDs, sell them on something like eBay. Hell, maybe. Maybe Home for the Elderly can give you some advice. I don't know. Oh, what are we doing here? Opera GX, paid affiliate program. Okay. That's why the Twitch streamers were advertising Opera GX. Okay. Breaking cinema screens. Yeah, making a mess. I don't like people who are shitheads publicly, where people who are working arguably not great jobs in service and making their lives difficult. It's fucked. Dark chocolate powder, incredibly scarce. Go-to nightly cup of hot cocoa. Well, climate change is going to make it really hard to get because it's fucking up the cocoa crops in the few areas of the world where they can grow it. Is this more Minecraft stuff? Because I don't know. Coming in hot. Love crushing loaf. Well, you can probably get some decent Blu-ray porn. I'm just throwing it out there. What you got to do, look up what the rare ones are. That's where you make the money. Okay. Hot tip. What? What are all these catchphrases from Maze Lights? The Never. Elytra wingsuit. See, now that's about me. Your head is huge. You're going to do the proper American thing, sue the environment for changing? Yeah, it's changing pretty goddamn fast. Okay. I thought they were Minecraft things, but I wasn't sure. So he hates porn less? And does that mean there's more Blu-ray porn than DVD porn? I don't know. Oh, God. Sorry. The bag of DVD porn I accidentally took over to Dr. Abigail's place is still under the desk here. Yeah, I only know some of them. I don't know them to the level of detail that was being shared here. All right, okay. Your sentence construction confused me, Safa. You've got 18 Minecraft movie lines next to you. Watched it yesterday and wrote it all down. Nice. I know. The internet revolutionized porn. You want me to send you the porn? I can send you some. Look, I can send you the weird Eastern European stuff. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to show the covers because I'll get banned for things. But I got to tell you some of the names of them on the discs because I find them kind of funny. Right. What do we got? She became excited by reading a book. Yana's friends come over, and what a gift. I'm just kidding. That one doesn't have a funny title. Looking for other toys. I just remember. No, there was one that I always thought was quite funny. Oh, yes. This is my favorite title for a porn ever. Made up as a pussycat, she is indomitable. I don't think there's one that beats that. It starts with a kiss. Oops, going here. Yep, no, that's the best one. Made up as a pussycat, she is indomitable. That's just such a good name for a porn. Oh, okay. Okay, so maze lights. A long time ago, like before the free porn sites were on the internet, like, so I don't know, 20, 25 years ago, someone tried to get me in on a business deal of selling porn over the internet. And he gave me a bunch of DVDs as samples of what be sold. And it never went anywhere. But anyway, they were just in a box. I'd put them in a box in storage and forgotten about them. Anyway, one of our regulars, and it wasn't AIDSy, no. One of our regulars, Dr. Abigail, when I was going through boxes, I found this one. It was these old Marvel comics that weren't even mine. I was keeping for someone else, approximately 30 years ago. And I said, okay, I don't want them. And I was like, Dr. Abigail, you like old Marvel comics, don't you? Do you want this box of old Marvel comics? And she said, yes. And so I was like, okay, I'll bring them over to your place. And so I brought them over, box of Marvel comics. And I had forgotten I'd done this because I'd done it a very long time ago. Under the top layer of comics was all these porn DVDs. And I was like, yeah, you don't want these, do you? No. And so I brought them home and I have them in the bag and I haven't done anything with them. They're literally just sitting under my desk here. And it's an object of some mirth. You can definitely find Marvel porno parodies online. That people still do. That was the whole thing that was big in the 80s, parody porn. People still go to the trouble of making parody porn, and I'm fascinated by that. Lots of superhero and anime and cosplay parody porn. Lots of it. But I'm fascinated that people still go to that trouble. Oh, yes. Harry Potter porn. You want to try and sell the porn TV? That's just such a fun concept, trying to sell porn DVDs online with all the free porn. There's the thing with subscription models, no matter what they're for, they will invariably get more expensive. Sorry, there's a whole series of the Harry Pecker movies. The Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh dear. Oh, there you go. eBay is quite restrictive with selling porn. I imagine, I don't know about stretched out, but I imagine it would look very low. Dude, you could get a job titling porn movies. That was good stuff. Yeah, absolutely get a job doing that. Well, I think hackneyed drivel is flattering a lot of porn, quite honestly. Okay, so I'm literally old enough that I come from a time when porn movies had a budget and there would be a storyline, and it would be bad and the acting would be bad, but there was a storyline linking together the sex bits. Only a few minutes of storyline, then 15 minutes of porn, and yeah, that's what I was thinking. You just don't go widescreen with the old VHS porn, but yeah, I still imagine it'd be relatively low resolution. I don't know though. Which, I mean, that seems fair to me. Did Albanese didn't want the election to clash with Eurovision? Mrs. Angry is a huge Eurovision fan. Selling porn DVDs. I still think the only place where it's legal is ACT and Northern Territory. It just hasn't really been prosecuted since the 90s. They get too chatty with the story, breaks the mood for the other stuff. I remember, okay, because I went to uni an extremely long time ago in the 80s, and there was one guy who had a porn collection, and he'd actually do things like in the common room of this dorm. It's a porn viewing night. People would go there, and I don't really think I've never seen watching porn as a group activity, really. I find that a little bit weird. And I wasn't living on campus, but I would just get told about it. And I will not go into any detail, but he did literally have a bestiality animal porn one. And he showed it one night, and the people who watched it said there would be a scene and we would think this is the worst thing we have ever seen. And then the next scene would be worse. Celtic, everyone should watch porn alone. It's well, with a partner, maybe. AI porn. Yes, they are definitely doing that. Yeah, it's just a group of uni students in the same room watching porn is just a little bit weird. Senfield earlier, we're saying new TV's cheap upscaling when it comes to analog video because no one uses VHS anymore. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not surprised you know all the tech behind it. Oh, it definitely still exists. It's illegal almost everywhere in the world. It was made officially illegal in Australia in the 80s. Okay, so VHS is 240p, Laserdisc 480. With the right upscaler, you can upscale it to 720. Okay. Discovered about monthly data quota limits because of porn 20 years ago. Yeah. Oh, God. Now I'm getting flashbacks. Remember when there were limits on how many text messages you could send or how many minutes you could use your mobile phone? Weren't the phone companies just fucking us over then? I mean, like, I still have a theoretical data limit on my phone. I don't think I've ever got more than like a tenth of the way through my data limit. I'm thinking 2G. Actually, yes, 2G, definitely. Analog. Bad enough sitting in a movie theater when Watchmen played the porn scene. No one knew where to look. You want fewer pixels, Brett Apologist? That's a way to go. You can get a Laserdisc to 1080p, but you wouldn't bother trying to make 4K. Oh, the AI-assisted upscales, they're awful. Okay, and that just randomly made me think of a trivia thing. I didn't read the article, but I saw a headline that there's going to be a release of the original version of Star Wars in cinemas, like the despecialized. There were actually a couple of different edits that went through cinemas around it, but it was claiming that the original version of Star Wars was being re-released to cinemas. So that's a fun bit of trivia. Seriously, with the low res, someone commented on one of my really old videos that was at 240p. And it was very funny looking at it because I remember when it uploaded, that seemed like really nice quality video. And it was so hard to see. And particularly if anything in the image moved, it was just like, holy shit. Haven't even heard the word Star Wars in forever. Well, Andor season 2 starts next week. And aren't they releasing a Mandalorian and Grogu movie this year? Which I have no particular desire to see. So AI and Google doesn't incorrectly spell searches, describes search using same bad spelling. Remember watching Star Wars back in 1510. This movie's just existing. Ray movie in trouble. You know what was in trouble? You know what had to have multiple reshoots? And you know what people were saying was going to be a complete disaster? Rogue One, the undisputed best Star Wars movie. Fuck anyone who says different. That was getting shit talked for about a year. And they did have to do reshoots. They did have to do re-edits. But what came out was a piece of fucking magic. So yes, if something's in production hell, that can be a bad sign. You know what it was in 10 plus years of production hell? Shrek, which was a massive hit. You know what was in sort of 20 years of pseudo development and production hell? Mad Max Fury Road, single greatest work of art of the 21st century. Was that in an interview recently? Albanese watches Star Wars on Star Wars Day, likes the original trilogy the best. as opposed to Avatar. Got all the hype, theater release, but made a fucking fortune. I haven't even watched the sequel, I have to admit. Not even for free. Oh, okay, but computer games are a whole thing. Yeah, that Duke Nukem Forever was terrible. I got it for free, and I could only play about half an hour of it. And I was just like, this is just shit. I'm not playing this. Yeah, I think you're right. It was over a decade. No, I don't watch the debates. I think they're stupid and a waste of fucking time. Meaningless. Oh, you don't like the Denis Villeneuve Dune movies? I mean, I don't want to change your mind because, as I often say, our experience of art and entertainment is completely subjective. And no matter what your favorite thing ever is, someone thinks it's the worst shit ever done. You can even be at like a concert that you think is the best experience of your life. Someone thinks it's shit. I quite like the Denis Villeneuve Dune movies, and I'm looking forward to a third one. It's not on my favorites list, but I very much enjoyed them. Sequel Unobtainium became Obtainium. That was such an embarrassing thing in Avatar. There's a rare element called Unobtainium. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. And also having the subtitles in that stupid font. What's it, Papyrus? That was such a bad idea. Bread apology, sleepy time. Been fun having you. Get some good sleepy times happening. You know, a subtitle thing that I liked, I thought was clever. The most recent season of White Lotus, when the Thai people were speaking Thai, there would be English subtitles, but sort of ghostly behind them was the Thai script for what they were saying. I thought that was really nice. Yeah, it's not the most readable. Ooh, most forgotten franchise in 2025. Okay, what was something that was a thing and people have forgotten? What indeed? Excellent questions. I mean, my immediate thought was Fast and Furious. But probably if they released another Fast and Furious, it would probably make money. I don't know. Oh, okay. So, honey, you're picking up one that never got anywhere. Divergent, the various young adult novels, because what was successful. Twilight. Trying to think of the other one that was successful. The post-apocalypse one. Fuck. Oh, you got a little bit of a break from early morning starts? Okay, good stuff. Well, Mission Impossible is about to come bursting back on with the final ever Tom Cruise Mission Impossible film. Mockingjay. That's the thing I was trying to remember. The other series. Hunger Games. That's it. It was successful. Hunger Games was really successful. So then they started milking every other young adult series, and they all bombed. Divergent, freaking Maze Runner. Netflix tested the water with Uglies this year, which wasn't terrible, but they had definitely dumbed it down. It is true, Celtic. They tend to use basic unknowns in those young adult movies. A lot of the oh god, like there's going to be a streaming series of Harry Potter. Fuck that and fuck J.K. Rowling. Soph loves those. Did she see Uglies on Netflix? You're going to copyright strike Maze Runner. Why not? Because I really like the Uglies series of books. Scott Westerfeld's a really good writer. He also has his version of vampires. The book is called Peeps, which stands for is slang for parasite positive. There's a bloodborne parasite that makes people behave like vampires, and he has a lot of fun with all the old vampire symbology and why holy symbols worked on them. I know, I get what you're going with it. They stole your name. Okay, so for like Uglies, I don't know if she's read the books. I really like the books. The Netflix movie, it was pretty good. They had definitely dumbed it down, but it was pretty good. They very much simplified the storyline, but I like what they did with it. Oh yeah, Disney doing the combined live action CGI stuff. Disney just aggressively milking their own history. Ooh, Maze Lights. Yes, there is an animated Predator. It's either a movie or an anthology series, and I saw a trailer for it, and it looks fucking cool. Like I will be watching it. I forget if it's a movie or an anthology series, but it's just like, hell yeah, I am gonna watch that animated Predator stuff. And for there's a list on IMDb upcoming franchises and sequels. Yes. Interactive second screen movies. That'll fail. That's a stupid idea. I haven't heard of it, but it's stupid and it will fail. But here's the thing, Joey, an excellent point. Disney managed to get copyright extended to an absolutely absurd degree to protect their IP. And it's finally running out. Like the original Mickey Mouse is public domain now. And it's interesting, of course, because Snow White is a traditional story. So anyone can do a Snow White adaptation. They just can't do the stuff that Disney did with the names of the seven dwarves, etc. What's a Riz? You're going to Riz someone up? Riz refers to charisma, and you Riz someone up. You're saying good things about them. Yeah, no, it's more than 100 years. I saw stuff with seven. Yeah, no, it's copyright should only exist for the life of the creator. The fact it got extended to 100 years is just like absolute fucking horseshit. I think the only good Smell-O-Vision was John Waters. No, see, Safa, Disney can't copyright public domain stories. Anyone can do a Snow White story. Anyone can do a Cinderella story. Anyone can do Aladdin, all those things. But you can't do the plot lines that Disney did. And you probably can't do the look that Disney had on their stuff. So, yeah. Who has named their child Cement? I don't know. Elon Musk does very bad child names. Like, I deliberately, with naming my kids, go, let's just make sure it's not a name that'll get them picked on in the schoolyard. Imagine Smell-O-Vision today's film. Stank. Oh, wow. Smell-O-Vision in a zombie film. I'm kind of here for it, honestly. That was the thing in the John Waters film. There were a bunch of rank smells, like including farts and smelly feet, I think. Ugh. Oh, yeah, she gets some very disturbing bogan names. Sick bags for zombie smell-o-vision? I mean, maybe. Why do you need a license to drive a car? I don't need a license to have a child. Well, it's an observation that's been made a lot, and it is a little disturbing the way it happens. I tell you what the scariest night of my life was the first night we brought my firstborn home. It was just like, and I'm a reasonably responsible person, but I brought this baby home, and I'm just like, but like, no one checked I know what to do. No, there's no rules. No one, like, I didn't have to take classes with this. What the fuck? This is just my responsibility. What the fuck? That wore off after the first night, but for the first night, drive home, yes. First night, baby actually slept in our room in a crib. If her breathing changed, I woke up. Oh, they were just really common Dubbo names. Like, there were no outlandish names at all when I was growing up. I do like to think I'm a good parent, but I super freaked out the first night. Why do people only get born at night? Because that's 9 months after the parents had sex? Oh, dear. Ash. Babies, they're a whole thing. Okay, actually, and even talking about the baby thing, the fact that everyone raises babies differently and everyone's sure they've worked out the way to do it, and it goes in like phases of fucking this is the right way to raise a kid. This is the right way. Could you imagine in any sort of manufacturing industry if there was no standardized way to make things, and every 10 years or so, someone just went, oh no, the way you've been making that product is not right. Here's a completely different way that I reckon is better. And then and yet that's what we do with fucking humans. When my firstborn was born, I was like 32, 31. I was 31 or 32, anyway. Remember your daughter wanting to hold your finger all night. Wait until she dozed off and sneaked out. Well, there is that whole thing with being premature and whatnot, but yeah. But my firstborn were so different. Like, their sleep patterns were. My firstborn was really hard to get to sleep, but when she slept, she would sleep through. And my secondborn, he would just go to sleep when you put him down, but then he'd wake up an hour or two later. Childcare and senior care are similar. Psychology and mind tricks. Yeah, I mean, with my secondborn, it was so rough. Me and the mum had to make a deal because he just wasn't sleeping through the night. You'd have to get up every couple of hours. We'd have one night on, one night off. We were sleeping in opposite ends of the house. And every other night you were on baby duty. And then the night after that, you got to sleep. Fentanyl. You'd use fentanyl on yourself, then you wouldn't care the kids weren't asleep. All parents have less sleep when you have babies. It might not be chronic, but you're going to have less sleep. But it was funny to me how different they were. Firstborn, hard to get to sleep, but would sleep through when you got her there. Secondborn, he'd go to sleep straight away, but wake up 2 hours later. Remember the stage the child thinks they invented lying? Oh, yeah, you get ready for a rematch of the 70s? Nice. It is something fascinating. Around the age of 2 or 3, usually, when kids become significantly self-aware and they process thought to the extent they go, I can say a thing that's not true. Have I ever been a gym goer? For aerobics, yeah. But not much. Yes, a very common post-baby symptom is no sleep. Not just less sleep, but mentally more tired. Getting up is help, but you got to, there's just a lot more stress. You're feeling more stressed. There's more pressure on you. A new nickname for me. Oh dear. Aerobics like Homer Simpson in the 80s. Thinking of going to the gym. My son is really into the gym. Senior care, just like baby care. It's like you say life's not like because it's hysterical. Things repeat. The more things change, the more the same. Was that word for a nickname? Ossington. I'm not sure how that fits in. I get random people calling me Jack Black. An hour of swimming is good exercise. Yes, good physically and mentally, definitely. Hour of laps, good 80s music. I do walks with Mrs. Angry, like half hour, 45-minute walks. Jack White, maybe. See, why do they people? Fat guy with longish grey hair and a grey beard. That's all people need. They latch onto that. I try to do it most days, but things get in the way. Like if it's raining or if it's too hot. It's been weirdly the last 2 weeks. Wouldn't expect it this time of year, but it's still been very hot. Ooh, skin tight blue jumper. Yeah. No, I wear very casual gear on the walks. Just walk around a local park. Put my hat on to keep the sun off my face. Where we're going has got some great spots for walks, actually. So we will definitely be doing that. Some very scenic areas for walks we can explore. Be respectful. But it's fun. We have a bit of, well, that's the aim. The aim is to have a bit of fun. Yeah, I heard it's getting hot surprisingly early in the US. Weirdly, we've been hitting 30 Celsius for the last week or two, which is really weird for this time of year. A warm day in April is like 25. To actually hit 30 in mid-April is very weird. Good old like and subscribe. Click the bell. Don't be... Hourly prompts. I like it, mate. I don't even do that on my cocktail channel, and I maybe should. I've never been good at self-promotion. Had to turn the AC on in February. That's pretty friggin' wild. Yeah, but if anywhere's going to get hot early, it's going to be Arizona, Texas, Nevada. Yeah, I actually put the aircon on for about an hour this afternoon because it's like, fuck this. I'm sick of being warm. I just want to cool the house down a little bit. You got another 50 discs loaded up on the site. Nice. Working while we chat. That's multitasking. Good to see. I have had a whole can. You're not been paying attention, Safa. I had a whole can of mineral water, and I mixed it with this clarified lemon cordial I made, and that was a winning mix. That was really good. I imagine it's a real grind doing the upload on the website. You've had zero rain. Oof, yes. I imagine that in the desert, the dust and air pollution. Damn. So if you got 16 Celsius, what's it here now? This is weirdly warm today. Still 20 here. And it's going to be 29 tomorrow, fuck's sake. Maybe 30 in Healesville, where we're going. So you like the pics, but you got to do the CSS code to get it on the site. Yeah. Cat's coughing and sneezing because of the dust. Yes, you do have to be fairly precise with CSS. For those that don't know it, that's the old HTML coding, cascading style sheets. You got to get it right. Look, I don't know. Minimum another half hour. Depends when Mrs. Angry goes to bed. Depends the vibe. Look, if the chat's still firing along like it is now and everyone wants to keep going, I'll go for a while. Not super long. Like regular is 8 or 10. It's 9:30 now. I could maybe be pushed to 11 if everyone was up to it. Yes, I'm with you, Heavily. That was a really weird take, Safa. Whoever used Google Play? I only have YouTube Music because I have YouTube Premium. Another hour? Well, there's a good solid chance you'll get it. Spotify CDs, yeah, I play CDs, and I've never used Spotify. And like I said, I got YouTube Premium to not have ads on YouTube and still support the creators. And then they said, hey, you get YouTube Music as part of YouTube. Oh, okay. So now I use YouTube Music to generate random playlists. Okay, here's a fun one. Because Home for the Elderly knows that at the top of my most played tracks last year, and this year too for that matter, If You Tolerate This, Then Your Children Will Be Next by the Manic Street Preachers. And I'm not a huge Manic Street Preachers fan. They get a couple tracks I like. I was never really into getting their albums and stuff. So occasionally tracks would pop up on YouTube that I'm not familiar with. And one that surprised me is they did a cover of the theme song from MASH, and it's from the movie. For anyone who doesn't know, of course, the TV show, the long-running TV show MASH, had an instrumental theme, but in the movie, it's a song, and it's actually a really nice song. It's called Suicide is Painless, and that's why they didn't have the lyrics in the TV show because you don't want those lyrics on a primetime TV show. So it's just instrumental. And yeah, randomly one day YouTube threw up to me Manic Street Preachers did a cover of the theme from MASH, Suicide's Painless. And I thought, oh, I like Manic Street Preachers and I like that song. And so I listened to it. I was not particularly taken with it. It was a bit of a disappointment. So you like Manic Street Preacher's song Designed for Life? It's nice one. I like You Stole the Sun from My Heart as well. That's fun. You saw Air Jordans for 0.03 euros on Temu. That's probably legit. I have occasionally wanted to just buy weird, cheap shit from Temu. Like have one of those become one of those YouTube channels where it's going, Temu haul, look what I got. What the fuck is this? And just buy weird shit from Temu and make videos about it. But I can't be bothered, honestly. It's like reaction videos. Like some YouTubers I quite like do reaction videos. And I've randomly seen reaction videos that I enjoyed. I just can't bring myself to do it. I was going, what the fuck is this? So Air Jordans for 0.03 euros. You think it'll be available for 0.03 seconds? Maybe. Or that's how long the shoes... Do you mean that's how long the shoes will last if you wear them? I might make myself another drink. I think old-fashioned. You know what? Actually, if I'm going to stay for a little while, I think I might actually have a pee break. So I could just leave some elevator music on, or maybe put on an old video or an AIDSy video. I got Mr. Safety to do a 2 Girls 1 Cup reaction at my place. Yeah, that going through my music collection, that was fun. And you made those discs for me. They're in the car. I'll probably play them on the road trip this weekend. Safa wants an AIDSy video. Okay, you got in first. Oh yeah, because I lived the 80s, man. I freaking had some good stuff. Okay. Okay, so what the fuck? Stupid fucking browser. Okay. Where am I? My videos. Oh, you know what? I think this special one, the memorial one I did for him that I uploaded, well, more than 2 years ago now, basically letting the world know AIDSy had died. Life and Death with AIDSy. I'm gonna play some of this. No, I was not into mainstream stuff. I never watched the whole thing. I was very young in the 80s. And I don't know what you mean by peak adult. Okay, so Safa wins an AIDSy video. This was the AIDSy memorial video. Where are we? Do this. And I'm going to have a pee break and come back.
Where am I?
It's you.
Hello.
Again.
Hello. Where am I?
I think you know, you've been here before.
Oh, is it Centrelink?
No, not
Looks like
today.
Centrelink. It's hard.
Yeah, we were a bit more unforgiving than Centrelink. Most of the time, I only see people once.
Oh, it's rough saving in line.
And yet,
No.
how many times have I seen you now? What are we, 5 now? We trying to set some sort of record?
Oh, am I dead again?
Bingo! You're dead. And it's my job to get things ready for you again. Do you know how many times I've made up your room and then you're just not there?
Well, 5 times.
Exactly, right? And I don't want to do it again. You had better be sticking around this time.
I wasn't trying to do nothing. I was just walking on the footpath and then a truck came. We were playing a game of truck concrete patient. And it's weird because the patient gets to fold the truck, but only after you've been run over. It's such a rip-off.
Yes, that seems to be more or less what happened, except in a slightly more stupid way. So you're here now, your room is ready. Some people have a job to do and don't like it when their work is disrespected.
You're not really angry, are you? You're really someone like Peter, aren't you?
We thought if I appeared in the form of someone you were familiar with, you'd feel more relaxed.
No, angry was driving the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Very disturbing. I was on the footpath and everything. I was doing what the cat says. Look to your left, then you look to your right. Then you grab the hand of an adult, who was in this case a nurse and a paramedic, and walk straight across the road. Don't run, walk straight, a splash. And then I was here, and I think the nurse was trying to pull me out because it was ow, ow. And there was a truck on me, and now I'm here, and now you're giving it, oh, you've got to go there, man. You can't just go because it's not like it's a revolving door or nothing there and there. And I've had a difficult day.
Oh, you are kidding. He's done it again. I hate that guy so much. So that's one of AIDS's times when he returned. Only people who won the sperm race watch this live. That's true. I did forget the pee break banner. You like that, Heidi? That was very old school. When did we actually do that? I don't even remember. But that's 10 years ago. I don't know. Yes, Ingrid was driving the truck. He was very good at monologuing. It's actually very hard to stop him. No, it wasn't 20 years ago. 10 years ago. I mean, okay, I can look it up. See if I can work it out. Scroll right back. Back further in time. Okay, all our watching movies videos, Jesus. We're providing an audio track, commentary track for movies. Okay, the AIDSy videos are older than I remembered. So actually, okay, so that video is going back 14, 15 years. That is actually further back than I thought. I thought it was about 10 years. Well, that's very kind of you, Safa. Max and Ruby, that sounds familiar and I can't quite place it. Oh, I had to leave for a few minutes, do a pee break, played an AIDSy thing. Yes, that was you remember that, Arnie, Kindred Studios White Room. I guess yeah, it was actually reasonably good quality video. I think it's like 720p. See, this is what I come here for. Compliments. I guess if I colored my hair and beard I would be showing my age list. I hid my age for years by colouring my hair. Something so simple can really throw people off. You may well have been there the day we made that. That's true, Heine. Yes, it was my oldest Sony cam, not the one I use now. But I think it shot in 1080p. I've still got a Sony from that era. I just don't use it anymore. The one I use now shoots in 4K. And I've had it for about 10 years. Oh, an old-fashioned made with the Pedro Jimenez Star Wars. That's fucking yummy. No, I pretty much... It's funny, I just decided in COVID to stop coloring my hair. And then I did it once, maybe 2 years ago, and said, yep, no, that settles it for me. I'm not doing it again. It's the same batteries. Really different generations of these Sony cameras use the same batteries. So, I mean, I actually haven't tried the other one for a while. It's just sitting out near my computer in the other room. I'm assuming it still works. Yeah, so the hair dyeing, it was just supermarket hair dye. It was never anything fancy. That's why whenever some dickhead who thinks they're going to have a go at me and trolling, you're like, you got old. And it's like, dude, you got fooled by supermarket hair dye, for fuck's sake. I just stopped using it. I'm sure if I was still using it, you'd still be fooled about my age. Oh, okay. Well, I've bought newer batteries. I had to. I dropped the fucking camera once and it cracked the battery and I needed to get backups. And the guy, I think it was the last ones they had in stock. The guy at this camera shop sold me 3 batteries. So I rotate them. I probably started getting grey hair in my late 20s, but I was dyeing my hair black. Like my natural hair color was very dark. People would say my hair was black. It was very dark brown. But I was dyeing my hair like blue-black from my late 20s. So I knew I had grey hair because you'd get a haircut and it'd be like, oh, look, it's all grey. But until like in COVID, I fucking just let it grow out. I had no idea how grey I was. I assumed how grey I was. Which mic? The Blue Yeti? You know what I've had for longer? The Zoom recorder. Oh man, I've had this for so long. I don't really. If I miss them, I'd be making them. They had their time. It's good. I think my hair is much darker than yours, Safa. You have a weird obsession with commas. Punctuation is good. Oh yeah, the one I use for the Angry Cocktails. Yeah, no, I've had the Zoom recorder for so long. Don't even remember how long, really. But yeah, like someone sold me on like wireless mics, and they only have to fuck up twice before I just went, I'm never using this again. I shoot a whole thing with this wireless mic and it doesn't fucking work. And so it's all ruined. And also because you didn't even have a backup. Like if something went wrong with the Zoom when I was recording, I'd have the backup of the camera mic, which would be kind of shitty sound, but it'd still be sound. The way these wireless things work, when something was plugged into the camera to be the receiver, it cut out the on-camera mic. So if the stupid fucking wireless thing didn't work, there was no sound at all. And that fucked me up a couple of times. Like, I'm not doing that again. Got a Zoom mic as well. Cheapest one. Yeah, but also the 15-year-old one. This is the H4n. The newest ones look so flash compared to this. What else would I use it for? Well, I could use it for a podcast, I guess. Your mum thinks you're hairy. That's a fun thing for your mum to say. Are you getting delirious, Maze Lights? When did Burger King and IKEA collaborate? My answer is I don't know. What does what thing do? The Zoom recorder? Say no more. Okay, the Zoom recorder. Okay, so this is an audio recorder. It actually has a bunch of complicated... You see all the buttons on it? It actually has a bunch of complicated features. Like there's literally 4, 7... There's more than 10 buttons on there. I use 2 buttons, record and stop. There's little switches on the side too. You can actually do really complicated things with it. And see the 2 microphones? It's a stereo recorder. You can actually, like, you could use this like at a live concert and probably get pretty good sound. So you see there's 2 microphones and they're actually pointing across each other. So it actually records stereo sound. So I have this relatively close to me when I'm making a video. Like it's here, it's on the table. And so it picks up much better quality sound than the camera does. So I record sound on that. I record video and sound on the camera. The first thing I do in the editing process, download the video file, download the audio file, and in my editing software, I match up the sound from the audio recorder to the video recorder on different tracks, and I match it so it's synced, and then I delete the sound from the video and just use the sound from the audio, and then I render that. So then I've got a video that's got the good quality sound, and then I edit that, and that's the final version. You love plugging headphones in it. You can hear shit better than you hear with your own ears. Yeah, I mean, those are really good microphones on it, basically. Yeah, it's got a million features I don't use. I literally just hit record and stop, and I don't do anything fancy. Same with my editing software. I use maybe 1/10 of the capabilities of my editing software, because 99 times out of 100, I just can't be asked doing anything complicated. Kelsey, you got PS Coffee, Red Dead Redemption 2, both work on PS4. Nice. What kind of features? Not so much editing, but okay, what do the labels say? You can change the recording things. You can save things in different folders on it. You can record at different speeds. You can use different inputs. You can connect headphones, different recording levels, go through the menus and whatnot. I don't fuck with anything. I just go, just record in stereo and that will be fine. And you can actually put markers in the thing. You can put markers in the audio file that will show up when you're editing it later. I don't know. I got it about 15 years ago. Celtic, good night. Nate, you got to go. Thank you for hanging out. Yes, like and subscribe. Click the bell. It is a nice chunky little unit, that one. I have not bought any hot cross buns this year. You know what? When I go to Healesville this weekend, we might see, there's a fucking cake shop in Healesville that just does the most fucking wicked cakes. And maybe they'll do hot cross buns. If they do, I will be fucking getting them. There's kind of like various high points of us going to Healesville. One is the Four Pillars Distillery. One is Sophie the Cheesemonger. Got to get some super fucking exotic cheeses and pay a fucking fortune for them. But why the fuck do I spend days in a job if not to treat myself? There's a Mexican place down a laneway that does the best nachos. Like, I had vegetarian nachos. I'm not really into vegetarian. They're like, vegetarian nachos. And I had the best vegetarian nachos I've ever had. Just like Four Pillars, cheesemonger, Mexican, fucking cake shop. And there are actually a couple other distilleries we could visit as well. Oh, actually, we got the good place. No, I don't know if you remember me saying we left it really late last time and I had to stay in this old pub and it was a super fucking weird experience. Anyway, but we are staying in a place that we have stayed before. I only booked in a few weeks ago and I thought, God, are we going to get any good accommodation Easter weekend or are we going to have to go in the weird, dodgy pub again? But yes, this converted... Apparently it used to be the Masonic Lodge headquarters, and they've converted it into 4 apartments. And I think you remember the guys in the pub toilet story. It was so fucking weird. Make hot cross buns from scratch. Nice. Green bits. I don't know what green bits are. Stonemasons. Well, I think that's historically the connection of the Masonic Lodge, stonemasons. But I think this place we're staying was the Masonic Lodge at some point in the past. But we've stayed in 3 or 4 different accommodation places. Like, we don't do Airbnb. Proper accommodation places in Healesville. This one's the best. Super stoked that it was available. Who held back the electric car? Who makes Steve Gutenberg a star? How much the Stonecutters was such a funny piss. It was not just a piss take of the Masons, but it was a piss take of people having paranoid fantasies about the Masons controlling everything. I'm trying to think who keeps the aliens under wraps? Who keeps Atlantis off the map? We do. What other good things do the Stonecutters do? It's maybe just the Torture Americans Candy Citron. No, we have... I don't really like the fruit hot cross buns, which is the traditional ones. But we don't have that candied stuff in it. It's just like raisins and sultanas. Yeah, no, absolutely. The Stonecutters was a piss take of the Masons. And a piss take of it. It's probably the most famous. It's a very good episode, the Stonecutters episode. I'm trying to think of any other good lines from the Stonecutters song. Dun, 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 dun. We do. You put raisins in yours? I'm not sure. That's it. Who robs keyfish off their sight? Who rigs every Oscar night? Oh, who keeps the British crown? Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the British crown? I don't know if you're remembering them or You just looking at that. Oh, the monorail song is probably the second best song in The Simpsons. Yes, but again, from the classic first 10 seasons, fucking incredible stuff. We do. Oh, yeah, that's actually another good one. Who Needs the Quickie Mart? There's a few good songs in classic Simpsons. But I think the Stonecutters song is number one, definitely. Very fun. Very, very fun. Yeah, I think I'm with you, Safa. I'd rate Quickie Mark third. All right, that's Mrs. Angry going to bed. That's not a song. That's Homer at the American Embassy in Australia. Gets punched in the mouth by the Marine. Yeah, the Springfield song's not bad. But it's funny, as we remember them, I'm going, yeah, that's probably their order of hierarchy too. The Springfield song, fourth. Definitely going with the Stonecutter song first. I'm not even sure that counts as, that's more a jingle than a song, the Camp Krusty one. Now, 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 now. Kids, go and tell your parents. Take me to Camp Krusty or go to hell. No, that was Krusty Land, wasn't it? Not Camp Krusty. Mom, Dad, Bart's dead. Oh, that's right. Dead serious about going to Krusty Land. Oh, God, just remember that ridiculousness of not having a Russian ambassador. And fucking Dutton trying to make a big deal that Trump doesn't like Kevin Rudd, our ambassador to the US. Our ambassador used to play golf with him. It's just like, okay, Trump's a cunt, okay? Fuck it. Oh, you know what? I'm now getting the feels that I don't have Simpsons tapped out anymore. What did you do if Krusty got cancelled? We kill ourselves. Do we not have a US ambassador here? These are things I don't give a shit about, but I did not know that. Is Trump not appointed an ambassador? Surely he's got some dingus giving him money who wants to come to Australia. It's a fun place to visit. A US ambassador is usually some gormless fuckwit who donated money to the presidential election campaign. It's not like we get actual diplomats being the US ambassador. I just reckon it's funny that Rudd's just been forthright enough to get on Trump's bad side. Trump's a steaming pile of shit. And it's also humorous to me, Turnbull just regularly going, yeah, Trump's fucked in the head. Why would anyone say anything good about Trump? Very funny. Oh, what I was going to do. I just thought of something I'm going to do. Okay. I'll probably have one more drink, then I'll be fucked up and have to go to bed. But, okay. See how so right. Can I pour something from a big bottle into a little bottle without spilling it. This will be a challenge. I just like setting myself challenges. Fucking flawless, man. Fucking flawless. All right. That fucking worked. Can I? Ooh, I know what. Better to say. If I tip up bitters, I'll probably make a mess. Whiskey bitters, that's what I want. This has got a dropper. Or bitters from the gospel. I want more. All right. And that is my instant old-fashioned mix to take into pubs. All right. New. Oh, I think Turnbull's just going to draw a dick and balls on his ballot paper. It's the whole thing. Okay. It is looking, I hate to count chickens before they hatch, but it's looking as if the LNP will lose. They won't have sufficient numbers to claim government, even if Labor has to be a minority government. That does seem like the most likely outcome. And if the Libs lose the election, Dutton's definitely getting rolled. That's just what happens when you lose an election in opposition. So I don't know who Turnbull favours in the Liberal Party these days. But yeah, it kind of depends. I don't even know what electorate Turnbull's in, who he would be voting for. Oh, of course he wouldn't join. He fucking hates Dutton with a passion. But then again, Dutton hates him. I still remember one of the funniest thing, and this is like Andrew Bolt is so fucking stupid he didn't even know he was saying. He was saying something along the lines of Turnbull's, because he wasn't a Turnbull supporter. He's like, Turnbull's problem is always thinks he's the smartest person in the room and other people should pay attention to him. And it's like, and this is going to cause problems with the Liberal Party. It's like his implication was, the implication that he didn't realize he was making is Turnbull is definitely always going to be the smartest person in the room if the other people in the room are other people in the LNP. And it would be shit hot if Dutton lost his seat. I had some hope of Dutton losing his seat last election, but he did fairly solidly. It's a legit possibility Dutton could lose his seat. Like Howard losing his seat in an election was fucking gold. Abbott losing his seat in an election, fucking gold. Dutton losing his seat would be freaking awesome. That would be so good. I don't hold out hope for it because I don't want to be disappointed. So it'll just be an unexpected cherry on top if he loses his seat at the election. And then I will laugh. I will laugh so much if that happens. And if he doesn't lose his seat, I won't be disappointed. I'll just go, well, good things don't happen. Anyway, I just remembered I have a different batch cocktail here. Oof, as I stand up, I go, man, I'm kind of hammered. I'm gonna have a splash of this just because I like it. Put a bit of flavor into my glass. Just a splash. And that's almost gone. And you know what? Decision time. the jam cocktail. I have the other version. Now, I was saying leave it till at least Friday in the jar, then put it in the barrel. Fig jam. Fig jam cocktail. Think I'm good, just ask me. What's it taste like? I don't know. Ooh, what's that flavor? Ooh. Ooh, that's interesting. You know what? I think I'm going to leave this till Tuesday when I come back. Then I'm going to put it in the barrel for a week or so and see what it's like when it comes out. That's rum and fig jam. Sorry, I thought we were getting sexy for a second there, Justin, when you're talking about a three-way. It's been a bit racy. Ugh. Ooh, that's some fruity goodness in that one. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so random impulse for before bedtime. We can just say, why are there so many emails in my account? Treat yourself to a bestseller on Audible. No, I've got a list of things on Audible. Max wants me to do a survey. Fuck off. Ah, Jesus Christ. So the headlines, everything's going to shit. All the fucking headlines, everything's going to shit in America. 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 Okay. What the fucking hell? Six new Melbourne cafes making drinks an occasion. That seems weird. Drip coffee in Brunswick. One table and no espresso machine. Okay, this sounds wanky as fuck. Okay, things I'm not interested in. Okay, I just want to see if there's any dramatic headlines. Why would Russia want a military base in Indonesia? Excellent question. That was very surprising to me. What else is happening? 4 damaging words that knocked Peter Dutton's path to power off course. Okay, I want to know, is that make America great again? With just 4 words, Peter Dutton may have torpedoed his chances in 4 seats, considered crucial. Comments made on breakfast television went loudly unnoticed. New South Wales coal country received like a bucket of cold sick, according to a Labor source. Called it a colossal blunder. Coalition figure toning down the language said it's not helpful. Dutton was explaining the coalition's embrace of nuclear power, how vital it'll be for Australia's future energy mix, blah, 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 blah. If you look at areas like the Hunter or really any coal mining area, their jobs and that industry, that town is done. So, Labor pounced almost immediately. Dutton's comment was posted to social media. Okay. Telling people in coal mining areas that Dutton thinks they're chumps. That's interesting. Man, butterfly getting hot out. Get your shorts, of course, meant to have accidents. Get that booty showing. Well, of course, Justin, yeah. Preferences between Labor and an independent could be very interesting. Oh, yeah. Heine, just everything with the sciences and research and education is just being fucked up. It's freaky what the Trump administration is doing. Anyway, looking for more headlines. Right. What else? Immigration lawyers provide advice for Australians facing US border security. Actually, I want to know what advice this is. Consider taking, yeah, I would definitely take a burner phone. Print out bank statements, create detailed itinerary plans. Warn about getting entrapped, admitting to activities such as drug use. There is enhanced vetting at airports. No visa guarantees entry into the US. Been reports of Australians being held for hours at airports before being sent home. Academics have cancelled trips to US conferences over concerns of being detained. Warnings gender diverse Australians may face visa delays. Lachlan, an Australian living in New York since 2017, said it's a strange time in the US. Fear was growing among green card and visa holders about nasty treatment from border officials. 42-year-old has cancelled plans to visit Sydney in July because he doesn't want to have the shit of coming back through border control. Melissa Vincenti, managing director of Worldwide Migration Partners, said authorities always had the ability to search travelers' devices, ask probing questions, but there's more focus now. The hype is real. They're digging deeper than they have been in the past. What to expect? Will the visitor overstay their visa or remain in the country? Will they work illegally? These are the key questions. In the past, most Australians would have been asked the purpose of their visit. If they had enough funds for their stay, proof of a return flight. Now officials might do further screening, calling contacts in the US. They request to check a phone and other devices, look through text messages. Yeah, I would not take a laptop. I would not take my phone. I would take a burner phone. If you don't provide access, you could be refused entry. Yeah, it is a look, and honestly, countries, not just the US, all countries have the right to do whatever the fuck they want at their borders. They might do shitty things, and I might call it out of shitty things, but I definitely don't say the US doesn't have the right to do shitty things at their border. They can do shitty things at their border if they want to. But, there'll be some blowback from that as well. So, I just wouldn't go to the US at the moment. It's just too fraught. The idea of going to all the expense of going there, booking flights and accommodation, and having some jumped up gimp at the fucking border say, not letting you in, and blowing all of that be bad enough. But they've been incarcerating people. And it's just like, what the fuck? It is true, Justin, you as a US citizen, they cannot deny you entry. They do have to let you in. But everyone else, it's weird and fucked up, and I just wouldn't go there at the moment. But yes, as a bare minimum, I would have a burner phone, and I would not take a laptop or a computer Now, admittedly, I'm old enough. If they say, what's your social media? I just go like, why don't you use social media, Sonny? I could get away with saying that. But they are definitely doing weird and fucked up shit. And it is so hard to see where all of this is going. Like, freaking anything could happen. What's this? Sorry. I'm now obsessed because I just changed the mix in my old-fashioned mix again. Oh, yeah. No, that's good. So, Justin, the last 2 times that just asked if you had anything to declare. That's fair. Oh, see, the idea of a burner phone, Safa, you have your contacts on it, but don't have any social media on it. Like I say, don't have your phone that has your history of text messages, that has your history of social media, because they can demand to see it. And if you refuse, they can just deny you entry on that. So you just go like, here's my phone. Here's your social media. And just go, I just don't use it. So, yeah, they're so fucked up with what they do. And even before Trump, there were all sorts of weird stories of people just getting fucked around at the US border. It's just like if you get someone who's in a mood and they arbitrarily want to fuck with someone and they decide with fucking with you, well, they can do it and they can get away with it. It's just the way it is. But the Trump regime is deliberately doing excessive fucked up shit at the border. And if you get caught up in it, there's fucking nothing you can do. You're just screwed. Like I said, it's almost like the best case is you waste a bunch of money because they just say they're not letting you in the country and they send you back. But the worst case is you get fucking incarcerated. That's been happening to people. Yeah, Justin, I'm pretty sure that's standard government advice. Do not take something that connects to the work network into China. Safa, Russia, they asked you in 2013 why you visited Ukraine so much. Confused because you never used that passport. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would not visit Russia either, quite honestly. It's all fraught. It's all freaking messed up, my dudes. Oh, well, you know what I might do now? Is eat my cherries, go to bed. Oh, yeah, don't take a personal phone to China either. No. Take a burner. All right. I think you're kind of proud of your Russian passport running out, weren't you? I just decided to give myself a double cherry treat tonight. Yum. Ugh. Freaking love those cherries. Yum-o. Here was this Australian MMA coach. Yes, I saw that one. A couple of Australians have had really fucking nasty shit happen to them. Yeah, wasn't that a plus? No buffering tonight. Head coach of the MMA team, 24 hours in a jail. Yep. No, they're just fucking nasty. It is true USB ports for charging can actually hijack your phone. I'm getting up when I wake up. Man, it was a huge fucking deal to me today. After waking up, like my alarm went off, switch my alarms off. Don't need them for 10 days. Fuck yeah. So I'm just waking up when I wake up tomorrow. We are meeting friends of Mrs. Angry's to have hot cross buns in the park tomorrow. And then after that, we're going to head off to Healesville. So we're leaving here, I don't know, 11:30. So I probably have to get up. I'll be up before 9, but that's like the latest. Like if I'm totally fucking crashed out, I have to get up by about 9 tomorrow. Get ready, pack for our trip, go off and see some people in a park, and then roll off. Well, they were talking about bubbles. I won't be having anything alcoholic because I'm driving. Not even though I can have one and be safe. I'm just not going to drink anything. No, it's not a sleep in. But I'll probably be awake by 7 or 8, just naturally. Oh, dude, after fucking party nights sometimes, like if I stay up to 1, 2 a.m., I'll be fucking 10 or 11 sleeping. Apple juice in that, but if there's no alcoholic cider, I don't know. No, I'll probably have a hot cross bun. I don't know. We'll see what's what. So just going to hang out with some folks in a park for a while, and then head across to Healesville, check into our account, and then basically have to see what's open in Healesville on Good Friday. What are we going to do Friday night for dinner? So yeah, I couldn't be fucked stressing about it. Just thought, we'll just go and we'll find out what's open on Friday night. What we'll get for dinner, because there's always a few options in Healesville. So we'll just decide on something. Actually, we missed their monthly market. That was last weekend. Last time we were there, it was market day on the Sunday. And it was kind of interesting. There was a super fucking weird mix of stuff at the Healesville market, just throwing it out there. But yeah, we'll probably get there and we will look around at what's happening here, getting some fresh country air, visiting a small distillery that has a little organic farm where they're growing botanicals to make their gin and whatnot. We're getting a tour on Saturday. That'll be fun. And yeah, we've got stuff planned for like Saturday night and Sunday afternoon. We'll have to work out what we're doing Sunday night for dinner. And then we'll come back home on Monday. And then I'm just going to have a fucking chill week. Actually, it's not far from, our mountain ranges are pretty fucking gentle, but it is pretty funny to me. There's like a little cluster of shops around a Coles supermarket in Healesville. When you're in the car park, there's this big fucking hill behind it. I definitely wouldn't call it a mountain, but when you're used to being in Melbourne and it's all kind of flat, it's a little bit trippy to just be in a supermarket car park, and behind the supermarket, dominating the skyline, is this big fucking hill / small mountain. Visually, it's very weird. But you're not far from the high country. Like one time we went for a little drive to visit Maryborough, the place that got wiped out by those really bad fires 15 years ago, whenever the fuck that was. So you get some interesting walking trails around there. It's quite beautiful country. So we're doing Bill Shorten didn't get rolled in. Okay, that's a fun random fact. Yeah, your callback. he stayed leader after losing the federal election. And then he lost the one after that too. Well, he must have dipped out before. Oh, actually, I don't even fucking know. So Bill Shorten became a 2-time loser, kind of like Kim Beazley. Anywho, I am going to go sleepy bobos. So yeah, I'm going to have a fun time away. I might post some pickies on the Discord because it's a pretty photogenic part of the world. And all else being equal, I will probably do a Tuesday night stream. So I'll see you later. Thank you for the positive wishes, Safa. I will drive safe. It's literally only a 1 hour drive, but it's still worth being careful on the roads. And you will likely see me on Tuesday. I might have some stories to tell about my weekend. Who knows? You're on a trip. Anything could happen. Maybe nothing. Who knows? Who knows indeed. But you fine folk, look after yourselves. And I will hopefully see you another time. But I'll say bye for now. Bye.
You are totally fucked!